Hi guys, welcome to my channel. So today I'll be talking about dog food that you can feed your dog during summer and what food you shouldn't feed your dog during summer. So here are the lists that I'm talking about in this video. So keep watching. So every dog have their own food routine. For an example, in the morning you can feed them with some snacks like dog food, or in the afternoon you can feed them with rice. With rice you can give them like bindi, which is okra, and you can give them egg, boiled egg. You can mix with rice and sweet potato with rice, or boiled egg, or like normal potato with rice. Smash it really well with the rice and you can feed them. They will love to eat. And also sometimes you can give boiled chicken mixed with rice, and there are chicken liver, you can feed them. They love to eat chicken liver really so much, so you can feed them with that. And also you can give them fish oil. Fish oil is really important for them. You can buy fish oil which is available on Amazon. I have one which I have been feeding for some times. So this is the one which is salmon oil, which is, you can see here. So this is the salmon oil I have been feeding for my pets for a month now, which is 5 ml. You can mix that 5 ml of this salmon oil with rice and you can feed them in lunch or dinner. And then you can feed fish. Fish is really important for them because it contains omega-3, so it's really beneficial for their skin. It will improve their skin texture, and they also love to eat fish. So remember that don't feed chicken bones and fish bones, because it will get stuck inside sometimes. So be careful while feeding fish and chicken. Never feed them the bones because it's not really good for them. And also I have made a list what are the items you shouldn't feed your dog. So I'll be reading one by one. Okay, no citric items like lemons. Don't feed them lemons and oranges because those citric items, they don't like it, and also it's not good for them. And also sugar is a big no. Don't feed them sugar directly. There are items like sweet items, desserts, so don't feed them those items. So meet my Shiro. So he's a lab. He's 3 years old and you can see him. So let me tell you what are the items you shouldn't feed, like masala items. So don't feed them masala items with the rice, like the curry which you make regularly for yourself. So don't feed those items for the dog because it will affect their skin texture, and also their life will be it's not good for them. At the end, after a few years, you will see they will have some skin problem, or they will have some digestion problem because of those masalas. So avoid giving masala, especially you should give boiled items. So yes, there is one more thing. Don't feed berries because berries and chikus, those are not good for them. You can also Google what are the items that you shouldn't feed your dog. Is available online, you can check it. So before you feed any kind of fruits, be careful. Check whether they have any allergies or not, because some of the dogs, they have milk allergy. Because I have 2 dogs, one is Shih Tzu and one is Labrador. So my Labrador can't digest milk, but Shih Tzu, he can drink milk, so he have no problem with milk. So be careful what you feed them and whether they can digest or not. And consumption of fruit. Okay, if you feed them fruits like watermelon, you can feed them in low quantity. Don't feed them too much because it contains sugar. Because if you feed them too much, they will have sugar problems. So don't feed them too much. You can feed them like twice in a week. Watermelon is good for them because it contains low amount of sugar, and also it contains too much of water, which is really good for them during summer. And also okay, what are the food that you can feed during afternoon? Okay, afternoon you can feed them a low amount. Okay, don't give them too much because in summer they don't love to eat so much. They don't have much appetite, so because of that you feed them little in amount. Okay, you can also skip the lunch sometimes in a week, like once in a week you can skip the lunch, which is good for them, so that it will improve their digestion. And also it's necessary for them to skip the meals once in a week. And also you can give spinach with rice. You can boil the spinach along with the rice in the cooker itself, and then you can feed them. For some of the dogs, they don't eat vegetables. So here is one more trick that you can apply to your dog. The dog biscuits which come in some in packets, you can crush them. Take few biscuits and crush them really well, mix with the rice and with that aroma they will start eating. I have tried with my dogs and it works really well. So this is one more trick that you can try with the dog. Maybe it will work for you as well, because there are some dogs, they don't eat veggies. Like my lab, he don't eat veggies a lot, but if I do that, mix some biscuits with the rice, he will definitely finish the whole. So, and there is one more trick, don't feed them too much. If you give them so much rice, they will leave the food, it will be a wastage. So never do that. Give them in low quantity, see how much food they eat daily, according to that you feed them. And you can also feed cucumber, bananas, carrots. There are few dogs who loves to eat fresh carrots, so don't give them the old carrots because they won't eat that. And my Shih Tzu loves to eat fresh carrots, but my lab, he never eats fresh carrot. I have to boil the carrot, mix with the rice, and then he will eat. So there are differences, not every dog eats the same item, so you have to see what he loves and what he doesn't. And also you can feed them fish, like boil the fish, remove the bones, separate the muscles, and you can feed them. And you can also feed the chicken soup in the morning. Like suppose if you boil the chicken, you keep the soup and you can feed them as a soup, they will finish it, it's beneficial for them. And also you can feed the fish water. After boiling the fish, the water left behind water, you can feed them, they will have it, it's good for their skin. And also what are the yes, and one more thing, pumpkin is essential for them because it prevents constipation. In a week you should feed them pumpkin. Pumpkin is really good for them, it prevents constipation, it keeps their digestion in track. So please give pumpkin once in a week. You can either feed them boiling directly, or you can mix with rice. So in both ways you can feed them. And also, so I have made few points, so I'll be reading out one by one, it will be a summary. So let's start by saying what are the items you shouldn't feed your dog. First is no citric item. Second is no sugar, no milk item, especially in summer, because in summer they find it really hard to digest. And also no masala food, which is a big no. And then you can vegetables like radish, tomato. So never feed your dog with tomato, because they can't digest tomatoes and it's really harmful for them. And don't feed sweet fruits, like there are fruits which is really sweet like mango. You can feed them, but little in quantity. That too you can't feed them daily, at least once in a week you can feed them. And extra consumption of free fruits, like if you are feeding too much of fruits to them, they will have some gastric problems, so avoid giving too much of fruits. And you can give them occasionally, which is okay. And check whether the fruits what you are feeding them is good for them or not, it's prohibited or not. Kindly check online and then you can feed them. And then what are the food items that you can give them as a lunch, or you can give them as a dinner. So if you are feeding them vegetables, don't feed them at least once in a week. Try to change the item you are feeding them. Suppose if you are giving them lunch as vegetables with rice, then in the night you can feed them chicken with rice, or liver with rice, or fish. So yes, you can add fish oil. Fish is really important for their diet, for their skin, so you can add fish oil, or you can feed them fish directly, which is good for them. And chicken, you can feed them chicken without the bones. So never feed them with bones, because they can't, it will sometimes it gets stuck inside. So be careful while feeding chicken and fish, never feed them with bones. And you can give the fish boiled water, or chicken water, boiled one. And you can feed them spinach, sweet potatoes, and normal boiled potatoes. So never feed them the raw vegetables, because they won't be able to digest and they will not eat at all. In case of vegetables, like you can feed them fresh carrot, they will have it. And you can give pumpkin, which is really essential for them, for their preventing constipation, it's good for their stomach. So these are the items that you can feed them. So dogs also need fiber, calcium, iron, these are the essential things. There are few tablets that you should feed them, for like calcium tablets, and there are iron tablets available online. If you go through on Amazon, you will find the list of tablets. So there are list I'll be making in the next video, what are the tablets that you should feed to your dog, which will be really essential for them, and it's really important to feed them. In the next video I'll be talking about those things. So if you have any question, you can comment down below, and you can ask whatever you want about the dog, related to dogs. So it was a small video, I hope you like it, and if you like, please give a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel.